Before we talk about a bunch of moronical kids and LARPing, I want to go ahead and apologize for not having this video out earlier. You see, my intention was to have this video out this afternoon right around 4, and of course it's going to be released closer to 7 o'clock tonight. I kind of got knocked off a little bit, and of course there's even going to be a follow-up to this video on Gear Issue 33 tomorrow, which by the way will be Saturday. And the reason why I'm doing a follow-up because I think that this whole topic of Antifa needs a much, much broader discussion. Exactly where they came from, overall prominence, of course there may even be a project, but I think we need to have kind of a build-up to that because a lot of people still don't know who the hell these people are. Now, Antifa, for the most part, they coined themselves as anti-fascists, which in reality, what they really are, at least 85% of their organization, is just LARPers. Now, guys, if you don't know what the term LARP means, it means live-action roleplay. Now, I want you to think for a second. I want you to think about those guys, and don't worry, we'll talk about this incident here in a second. I want you to think about those guys who play like Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, think about the movie Role Models with Paul Rudd and the guy who played Stifler. And think about that stuff there, where they go out there with the fake night gear and stuff like that right there. Of course, those are they're really just, I guess you can call them nerds having fun. Got nothing against that. Got nothing against geeks. Hell, as a matter of fact, I'm a bit of a nerd myself. But LARPers, of course, are the same type of people who do this stuff, but they carry like real guns and stuff like that there. Of course, they don't really and truly know what the hell they're doing. And for the most part, they're just people in a crowd. There's about maybe 10 to 15% of them that are actually radicalized and actually really and truly care about their cause and actually care about their mission. Which, of course, the vast majority of them are just dumb college kids. But then again, at the same time, we got 5 here to talk about here in a second. Now, every now and again, those LARPers will do something absolutely stupid. And by stupid, I mean go to an actual a police training facility. Now, guys, these guys decided, and of course, the 1 or 2 girls, there's a guy in here that looks like a girl. We'll just call them soy people. They thought it a good idea to not only harass a firefighter a few weeks ago, but they thought it a good idea to stand outside and protest outside of a training facility that cops go to, which, by the way, has been called Cop City. This right here is an area where police officers, especially ERT, emergency response teams, SWAT teams, go do additional training, like, entering buildings, breaking down doors, that type of stuff right there. Of course, oftentimes, even police officer training academies go to these areas and they do the little CS gas run, stuff like that right there. If you've been through law enforcement academy, chances are you've probably been nailed with CS gas or you've been nailed with what else? OC spray. I've been OC sprayed and nailed with CS, of course, when I was in the Marines and I went through the BLET Academy. I'm pretty sure you guys actually know what I mean. Getting nailed with that crap absolutely sucks. You see, this was one of those areas where cops would actually go to train. So, like I said before, a bunch of LARPers thought it would be a good idea to actually harass their area. Here you go. And really quick, make sure you watch this video clip all the way to the end and hear what the last guy's got to say. It will completely blow your mind.
People are facing domestic terrorism charges tonight after a confrontation at the site of a planned public safety training facility that has been nicknamed Cop City. But people protesting the facility tells 11 Alive's Doug Richards police are not being truthful about what actually happened.
Police have had an escalated presence here at the site of the training facility as interactions between them and protesters have escalated.
Who do you serve? Who do you protect?
At midday, protesters shouted slogans at police in riot gear on property adjacent to the Public Safety Academy site southeast of the city limits. A more consequential clash took place a day earlier, when police, state, and federal agents flushed 5 people out of the wooded site due to be cleared to build the facility. The 5 were then charged with domestic terrorism.
They were not involved in endangering anybody. They were sitting passively in trees trying to express a political position.
Leaders of a group trying to stop construction claim police are overreacting to what they describe as civil disobedience. But police say the clashes have been frequent. Last weekend, DeKalb firefighters said they were attacked while trying to put out a fire in a dumpster.
People started coming out of the woods in camouflage.
Rich Porter of Paulding County told us last month protesters on the site torched his pickup truck when he happened to stop to pick up some junk that appeared to have been abandoned.
It seemed to me like they were trying to burn the truck with me in it.
One of the protest leaders told us he can't fault acts of resistance.
Obviously, if people have property, it's not something that's people's first thing that we want to happen. But again, we think that property being destroyed is minimal compared to what's about to happen in this forest.
Atlanta police are pretty guarded when they're asked about their actual construction timeline here, as the construction project has turned into a political flashpoint. Southeast of Atlanta.
How dumb, how stupid do you have to be? Not to mention the whole premise of Antifa is dumb to begin with, because these quote-unquote anti-fascists are in fact very, very much fascists themselves. Now, they claim that they started this out of response to real fascists, which I really think the real fascists that they're talking about were actually just a bunch of morons. That right there will be discussed in tomorrow's video. But you guys see exactly how dumb these people are. Don't get me started on the whole Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, Chaz Chop, whatever the hell you might want to call it, which, by the way, provided us a lot of laughs. We're not going to discuss that here, but that will definitely be a topic for tomorrow to coincide to the follow-up on this one here. What I'm here to talk about is just good old-fashioned idiocy. Did you catch at the very end where that guy said, well, we're protesting this right here so that way there won't be a bigger disaster tomorrow? That right there is the mindset of these people. This is how much their minds have devolved. It's almost like they sat in front of a TV and watched it for too damn long, and as a result, their minds have fully turned to mush. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking to yourself, my God, Claymore. These people they actually went after cops. They went after actual police officers. They have got a massive amount of resolve. Sometimes resolve is just good old-fashioned stupidity. Does anybody believe that these soy characters are going to be able to take on police officers in one-on-one fights? Look, the vast majority of these people have gotten away with what they've gotten away with because, quite frankly, the cities that they're doing this crap in allows them to do it. You see, guys, their main operating base is a very, very blue place. That very, very blue place is called Portland, Oregon. The other one is Seattle, Washington, another very, very blue place. Now, I want you to think about something really quick. In Seattle, Washington, they have very, very strict gun laws. They have very, very strict gun laws in Portland, Oregon as well. And as I have said on multiple occasions, which, by the way, this is really what this video is. It's just a reminder of things I've been saying all along. In those areas, Antifa is allowed to actually operate, meaning that they're actually allowed to go out there and assault people. By the way, the people that they're assaulting actually closely align with them politically. There's not very many conservatives or very many right-wingers that come out of Portland. There's not very many right-wingers that come out of Seattle. There's actually not very many right-wingers that come out of southeastern Georgia. But the fact of the matter is that this right here is what the hell happens when these soy boys, these people, actually go to an area that's a little bit more rural. Now, guys, this was not the city of Atlanta's police department. This right here was a county outside of Fulton County, outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And these right here were mostly small-town cops, small-town deputies who were actually able to thwart this nonsense. Now, that right there does not mean that you should not take these people seriously. I mean, as I said before, it is kind of funny that they were this friggin' stupid. But I want you to think about something really quick. These idiots actually thought that it was a good idea to attack firefighters while they were actually doing a job. Of course, that job would be to put down a fire to possibly save another family. Even if that right there was an area or an abandoned place that caught on fire, firefighters obviously went out there to do their job. I mean, being a fireman is not exactly an easy job. It's actually quite dangerous. And being a cop can also be very dangerous as well. I mean, they don't give these people guns for nothing. I just figure I would throw that out there. But this right just goes to show you exactly how stupid these LARPers really and truly are. So they thought it was actually a good idea to protest outside of and harass an actual law enforcement training center that is called Cop City, suggesting that the vast majority of the people in that training facility or that city are in fact cops. This right here would be great on the John Boy and Billy section, Dumb Crook News, but of course here it is on YouTube. Guys, John Claymore here. If you like the content, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sound off in the comment section. There will definitely be a follow-up, but it's a much, much broader follow-up on Antifa, and there'll be a lot of videos that will be released just before Christmas Day or just before Christmas Eve. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe, share the video, give me you guys thoughts in the comment section, and oh, Merry Christmas.